We had fun at the local car show. This is my friend's GT350 over here. You can see it pulling out and driving off. It's pretty cool to see it from a drone. And my friend said, why don't we get together and we'll work on the Shelby a little bit. He wanted to have me get underneath it and detail underneath because it had driven through some kind of dirty water. But this is pretty cool to start out the video with the drone footage of him driving off in the Shelby. If you look closely, you could see my two friends' Mach 1s. There's the black one right there and the dark shadow gray right next to it. So my friend brought his GT350 over and asked that I put the car in jack stands and get underneath and clean up underneath it. He drove it in the rain and he just went through some kind of white muddy stuff, and my blue Mach 1 had very similar stuff on it. I don't know if it's just the clayish dirt around here or something, but I detailed underneath my Mach 1 when I first bought it back in 2010, and it looked just like this. It just had kind of that white muddy water look all over it. And so the car only has just under 10,000 miles on it, and it looked really good when he bought it, very clean at 6,000 miles, and he just wanted to get it back looking like it was when he had bought it. So it wasn't really too bad, just some parts under here were pretty bad. So I just got some, simple green and some rags, some microfibers where I could get up and get in every crack and use my fingertips and the microfiber to collect those little spots. And I didn't want to power wash the underside of it and get more water spots everywhere. I thought this was a pretty good way to go about it. And I was trying to preserve those labels, like the stickers there. I didn't want to get those torn off. I wanted to make sure that those stayed there. Even if you wipe them, sometimes that barcode will just erase. And so he wanted to preserve those little spots, so I was very careful around those to make sure that we preserved all those factory markings. And it was still very clean. You can see the suspension. This is how the springs look now. They look a lot better than they did. And in the wheel wells, there was a bunch of that stuff kind of splattered all up in here, and so I scrubbed that really well. I did the springs up front here too, and the coils, and there's a little bit of yellow paint in there from the lines being painted on the road, and that's really difficult to get off. And so here's the whole underside of the car. You can see it has those panels for aero and stuff. Pretty cool. But just trying to show what this stuff looked like. It was just kind of a white, kind of a dirt clay, and it came off very easily. There's the differential, has the factory marking still on it, so I didn't want to rub the paint off like on these torque boxes and control arms and stuff. You can see the factory paint marks. He wanted to keep that all there, and that's fine. And I like that too. I would keep it exactly the same. I did it how I would do my car, but you can see it cleaned up pretty nicely. The plastics cleaned up nicely. You can see that the body was just a little bit dirty, and then this is kind of how it came out, nice and clean and new. No rust or anything on this car. Definitely a very clean desert car. So that's just a little update on the GT350 and what we were doing with it here at the house. Nice fun time, and we got it cleaned up and it looks good. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more Mustang content.